Hello my friends, for today's beer review we're going to be taking a look at Buried Hatchet Stout. Buried Hatchet Stout is from the Southern Star Brewing Company, and I've been hearing so many things about it. And as I have said so many times, I love my stouts. I'm a stout drinker more than any kind of beer. I'm excited about this. So on the can it says, "You hold in your hand a stout for stout lovers." Well, that sounds perfect for me. Buried Hatchet is brewed with a large quantity of brown malt reminiscent of a traditional pre-industrial revolution malt profile. Interesting. This stout is full of robust roasted flavors which intermingle with a bittersweet creaminess that concludes to a perfect warming finish. That sounds amazing. Surprisingly, this thing actually comes in at 8.25% ABV, so this is a little high. It is in a can, as you can see, which is pretty different, especially for a stout. And it comes in a 4-pack. It's quite expensive, especially for a 4-pack. You're going to be paying for a 4-pack of cans, which you're paying for a 6-pack of bottles from craft beers. But I've heard it's worth it. I love stouts. So without further ado, let's crack this open and give it a pour. Also, I've finally gotten some proper pint glasses for this, so no more of the tall ones unless we're drinking the proper beers for them. So, without further ado, let's see what this is all about and if it lives up to all the hype that it's been getting. Straight out of the can, it pours incredibly dark brown. Looks like coffee. As I let it sit here, it comes to a nice 1 finger of head. Pours to jet black. I cannot see any light through this. A good sign. Let's give it a smell. Large coffee note. It smells, you can smell the roasted malts and the coffee straight on. Getting sort of a slight vanilla-y, milky kind of chocolate note, almost like a dark chocolate milk, if you can imagine how that would taste, or smell rather. And your very dark German chocolate comes in at the end there. But the coffee and the malts are full on. I can't smell any alcohol in this, which is surprising, being 8.25% ABV. I can't smell any alcohol. The head dissipates down to about a half finger of head. As far as lacing goes, I can't quite tell what we're looking at yet. But without further ado, let's give this thing a taste. This may very well be the most coffee-tasting stout that I've ever drank so far. You are immediately hit with black coffee, and when I say black coffee, I mean this tastes like straight-up black coffee, followed by the malts, and you can actually taste the alcohol pretty present in this one, not gonna lie. Surprisingly, for a stout, I'm not tasting very much sweetness in this at all. It's almost overwhelming, actually, with the black coffee and the alcohol. It's kind of shutting down the malts and any sweetness that would possibly be in this stout. I'm seeing very minimum lacing, if any, here. And, well, there's a little bit of wispy lacing here on the side, as you can see. The head dissipates down to just a film, basically. Me personally, this thing's been getting really high reviews. it doesn't live up to my expectations. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The alcohol kind of kills it. Almost gives it like a plasticky kind of aftertaste, at least to me. I'm gonna rate this beer at... I give it a 2.9 out of 5, honestly. For a stout. I've had many better stouts than this. This definitely is not the best stout that I've ever drank. I would actually probably prefer a Guinness over this. And since drinking Guinness, I have expanded my palate a lot in the world of stouts. I'm not going to lie to you, this just isn't doing it for me that much. And I'm really surprised because this thing is praised heavily, but... it's not to say it's undrinkable. It's certainly drinkable. But there's just a plasticky kind of just artificial aftertaste. The coffee and it's just the coffee and the alcohol with an artificial plasticky aftertaste. It's not the best stout that I've drank. Like I said, it's probably gonna be like a 2.8, 2.5, something like that. So there you go, guys. That has been the Buried Hatchet Stout by Southern Star Brewing Company. Hope you enjoyed the review.